Yo, we are back. Man, yes, I know. You see the background. I am not in the normal place. Um, Ending the year off 2025 in Geneva, Switzerland. Been in Europe for the last few days, and I really wanted to record this episode before the year is up and get this out there. So I will tell you that for anyone that has known me knows that I travel a lot, and every year I choose a destination based on what I'm trying to take into the new year. I chose Switzerland because Switzerland is a neutral country. It's a very calm country, and the symbolic purpose of that is to enter 2026 that way. 2025, I had a lot of expectations. I had a lot of expectations going into romantic relationship, platonic relationships, and the things that I wanted to achieve throughout the year. I will tell you that a lot of what I had listed for myself, I was able to accomplish. But I will tell you that for the majority of 2025, I did deal with heartbreak. And a lot of times, I don't think I ever really spoke about it to its T because I tried not to say certain things because I know how people can change words or meanings for stuff. But what I will tell you is that I've learned that people will always try to put themselves in the best light. 2025 taught me a lot, and it re-taught me things that I stopped doing because I gave people grace more than what I should have. The expectation of cultivating healthy relationships, cultivating a path of longevity with people doesn't always go the way that is planned. So 25 really taught me a lesson of not carrying the burden or the weight of other people. Friends that I constantly reach out to, but they never reach back out. Relationships where my values, my morals were disrespected, behaviors I tolerated, and somehow I still became the one accountable for those situations. 25 taught me that not only did I forget who I was, I forgot the foundation that I have already built for myself. And I allowed people to run amok around that. And again, it's not about being angry, right? And the reason why I chose this place was to go into 2026 calm and peaceful. And these last few days, I had to reflect. And it allowed me to reflect in such a way where I had to really, truly be honest with myself and stop gaslighting myself to thinking that people will see certain things a certain way, that they will appreciate things. And this year, although everything that has gone right for me, the things that has gone wrong, I gave it so much weight that it almost took away from what I was able to accomplish this year. The fact that I started this podcast, the fact that I started another business, the fact that I'm growing in different areas of my life, the fact that I'm going to graduate next year. I almost let those things take away from all of the positives. And I'll tell you, like, I was in the French Alps, I think it was the other day or the day before, and it kind of hit me for me to realize that in 2025, I created a lot of avenues for myself. I tried to sit a lot of people at tables that they didn't deserve to sit at. And the one thing I realized that, like right now, sometimes the table is only set for one. And as much as I want to set a chair and invite another person, I had to learn that I cannot do that. I had to learn that in 25, I met people where they were, and they're reluctant to meet me where I am. In 25, I learned that carrying the weight of other people does more damage to me than I ever realized. It's not about what I didn't know, it's about what I tolerated. It's about understanding that I put myself in positions to grow, to be something better. And I always hold myself accountable because that is one big thing for myself where if I've done somebody wrong, I believe wholeheartedly that somebody can either tell me before I recognize it and I will apologize and try to fix it, but I also hold that same standard for other people. I learned that in 2025, not a lot of people can align with your values because that forces them to see certain things of change. 2025 was mostly heartbreak. 2025, I spent a lot of time trying to convince people of the person that I am when my actions coincided with my words, and that still meant nothing to them. I opened up my circle in 2025. I exposed myself to things that I probably should have been more aware of. And I don't want to end the year sad. I don't want to end the year angry. I don't want to end the year in any negative space that is there because there are endless opportunities for me in 2026. And what I've learned is I'm taking every chair away from my table and I'm placing them back where they belong. And I swear to myself and I promise to myself that I'm no longer doing that until people earn that right. I am not uber rich. I am not at some level where I can be arrogant or anything of that nature. But I am at a space where I understand that I worked my ass off to get to where I am. And to continue to try to bring people into the space of where I am, I can't do that. I'm okay with being the villain in people's story. I'm okay with being that friend who never reaches out again. I'm okay with being whatever it is people need me to be for them to be okay with the image of themselves. You can paint me however you want. In 2025, I release all negative energy, all negative thoughts that has made me doubt myself. I release that. And I hope that the people that are listening and watching this, that you do the same for yourself. I don't know your situation. I don't know what you went through this year. But what I will ask you is release it. 2026 has taught me to not carry that weight of people. When there's issues going on, I can still show up without having to carry it for them. And as much as I want to let my heart turn cold and be hardened like it used to be, I love the life that I created for myself. I love the fact that I'm actually a loving, caring person. And yes, I have my moments because I'm not perfect. I am not perfect by any means. But 2025 showed me that being that person to people who are unappreciative, I need to know when to cut it off. In 2026, it's not happening. I came to the clarity, I came to the point of where my clarity is more important than chaos. My peace is not attached to chaos. I do not chase chaos. I do not let chaos reside anywhere near me, because that chaos that I allowed in 2025 made me look, made me become a person in moments that I freaking despise. I cannot carry that in 2026. I am not carrying any of that in 2026. When I looked across the French Alps, I saw endless mountains. I saw a sky for miles. And the reality was, well, you have so much opportunity out there. You have so much to give. And there are going to be people who are going to align with your values, who are going to align with your morals, who's going to respect your boundaries, who understands that accountability is a big thing for you, so they know when to be accountable so that they can have a healthy relationship with you. I've learned that this year is my boundaries is not meant to keep people out. My boundaries is meant to keep people in. And those that cannot respect my boundaries need to step outside. And I've learned that lesson. 2025 was hard. And it was hard because I allowed it to be hard. I allowed it to be difficult because I tried to keep seeing potential. I keep trying to say, they're just going, and I can't do that. Because in my moment of weakness and in my moment of hurt and pain, I never got that same grace. 2025 is ending. 2025 is over. I think that the biggest thing that I can do, not only for myself, for people, is I ask anyone throughout this entire year who I may have done wrong, said something wrong, didn't show up for them when I was supposed to. I ask for forgiveness. But I also need to forgive myself, because I am aware that I did show up for people who didn't appreciate it. I stayed in spaces for people who no longer wanted to be there. I tried to be as much as I possibly can for people that I shouldn't have. I should have just cut it off. And I need to forgive myself for that. But what I did understand in that moment is that I understand that I am a good person, and the right people will come along, and the right people will attach themselves to me, and the right people will feed and pour into my cup as much as I do for them, and not look for ways out, and not be able to walk away and never feel anything. Because I've learned that lesson. When somebody could walk away from you and never look back or reach back, they're telling you that they're not your person. If nobody contacts me, you're not a bad person, you're just not my friend. 2026 is about growth. It's about elevating myself in areas that I've built in 2025. It's about celebrating the things that I've done in 2025 and no longer worrying about all the things that did me wrong in 2025. So, building this podcast, building that business, continuing my growth, seeing things and people for who they are is where I'm going forward to. 2026 will be about elevating me in the most selfish way I can possibly say it. And it's okay to be selfish. I used to look at being selfish as a bad thing, But I learned that if it's done in the right way, it's actually not. So as I end 2025 off in Switzerland, I'm ending it calm. I'm ending it appreciative. I'm ending it grateful. And as I step into 2026, I'm excited for everything that can possibly happen for me. I will forever have the image, not just not just the pictures. I'm talking about the actual image of being in the French Alps and looking across that sky and seeing how endless it is. All the possibilities that's out there for me. I pray that you all that are listening to this take a moment and release any of that negativity that you had from 25. And before you ring in the new year, release that and start your new year off right. Start it off calm. Start it off peaceful. I mean, me, myself, I'm going to be here because that's exactly how I want to end it. That is exactly how I want to end it. 25. Hey, you threw a lot of haymakers. You taught me a lot of counters. You punched me in the gut a few times. And I don't hate you for it. I thank you for it. I thank you for the lessons that you have taught me in 25. I thank you for the lessons that I'm going to take and apply for 2026 and grow from there. I thank you for the endless possibilities that I'm going to have for 2026. So, from Switzerland, I think I'm like 6 hours ahead of you guys. But I want to say, I hope that everyone has a happy new year. I hope that this year is another footstep to your growth, to your success. May God continue to protect each and every one of you. Happy New Year. Peace.